Okay. Who? Dan double you. Let's go. Ow, wow, listen right now. Everybody knows the man that says pow. Start the show, gonna talk some toys. This is for the grown-up girls and boys making noise. Let's start the show. Talking Marvel Legends and the money that we blow. Honestly, look, there ain't no stopping me. Turtles and Joes too, let's do this properly. Need to buy more toys, don't tell my bank. Wasn't me, promise it was Hellfire Hank. Whole Who crew, look, they made me do it. If it lands at my door, then I best review it. Screw it, I don't usually boast, but I got Rich M, he's here to host. Raise a toast and raise some ducks. This isn't your average show, we're deluxe. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And hello, how are we doing? Happy Thursday, episode 215. And guess what, people? It's ladies' night and the feeling's right. And what other guest do we need for a ladies' night other than the ladies' man himself? It is, of course, displayed once Rich M, who brings the ladies.
I got the ladies with me. I'm LL Cool Game, you know.
I'm glad you brought some of the ladies because I am very self-aware this is a ladies' night theme and it's me and Rich as the host and co-host here.
These are not blow-up ladies, as well as the comments suggested erroneously last week. They are just cardboard ladies.
Someone genuinely thought they were blow-up dolls behind Rich. I said to Rich, it's because that person wanted to know where to buy them. That's why they were intrigued.
It's that masculine vibe I bring, Dan. That's what it is.
What's the girl's name on your t-shirt as well? I know she's from She-Hulk. What's she called?
Do you not remember the girl from She-Hulk?
Yeah, no, I know who it is from She-Hulk, but I can't remember her name.
2 N's, 1 Y, but not what you think, Dan.
Oh, no, you're going to have to tell me.
Madison,
yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. I remember her, but I'd seen her face and knew exactly who it was. Couldn't think of the name. Pal, how are we doing, people? So, yes, today's stream is Ladies' Nights. Now, usually while we go live on YouTube, for the last couple of weeks, I've been going live in other places as well. But today I forgot to press the button. So, usually I'd go live on Instagram, which would tell people on Instagram we are now live and hopefully bring some more people over to YouTube. But because I forgot to go live on Instagram, people might not think I'm live tonight, so oh wow, I apologize, but we are here and it will live forever on the replay crew. Today we are talking Marvel Legends ladies. We will explain the games we're going to play as we go along. There's a tiny bit of Marvel Legend news first, but before we do that, let's just go through the housekeeping real quick.
Just a spot.
Yeah, it's literally just a spot, But go and check out all the other long-form content on the channel. It is a Legends and Liquor weekend, people. So if you want to be on Legends and Liquor, then you can start hitting me up straight after today's show. Not while I'm on the show, people. Wait until after the show. But yes, if you want to be on Legends and Liquor, start hitting me up. Sunday, the 17th of November. Not too quite sure what the topic is yet, but I have a feeling some of the Legions fans may try and do a show takeover. So we will discuss that on Sunday. What else we got going on? Super chats and over for £4 or $4 will be appreciated. It goes towards everything we do here on the channel. And like we did last week, if we get 5 super chats during today's stream, the after show will be public, so you can see that goal up, and I will explain in a moment. But hit that join button. That's what it's all about. Get involved with the community, all of that good stuff. There's the X-Men figures that I've been trying to backtrack on. Don't know why that picture's there. And yes, the Who Crew Deluxe, the bonus show every single week after this show. An extra like half an hour, 45 minutes of content just to talk more toys and get your opinion on today's topic. So if you want to talk about some ladies, then you can jump on the show after the fact and get involved with the Who Crew Deluxe tier. Much appreciated as always. Let's jump to the chat. So look, there's my goal. So if we get 5 super chats within the live stream while we are live, then I will make the Dan Who extra, even though I spelled extra wrong, but you know what I mean, extra after show will be made public while it's live. It's only live while it's public and then it will disappear again, all right? So again, you can only watch it while it's live on YouTube before it goes back behind the wall. Let's say hello to some people in the chat. Tyler was in nice and early. He says Silver Fox, which I assume that's him giving us a lady any suggestion for our Marvel Legends. So shout out Tyler. Kev's Collectible says hello. Jellyfigs is there with the pals. Jamie Gitchard. Cloud, hey. Paul McCartney says kapow, Who Crew. Happy Thursday, you're. Jay's Toy Collection UK. I've heard of that guy. He says evening all. Damien's there as well. Damien's computer was glitching out before we went live. He was sending me screenshots saying my stream was going live in about 1,000 hours. I was just like, there's something wrong. There's a gremlin in his computer up there in the Highlands. Michael Davis is also here. Says hello, Dan and everybody. I hope all is well. RP says hello from America. It's been a rough week over here. Any jobs opening in Great Britain? Yeah, come on over because it's just as good over here. Yeah, you're welcome. I'll make you a cup of tea. I'll try and make you feel better. Have a good old British cup of tea. You're welcome, Ramon. Mini Plastic Multiverse says, hail. Hope everyone's good. Robert's there as well. Says, hello, everyone. Tac, Super Turk, Collecting Rush. Got the money in the bank. There's Tac with a super chat. Thank you very much, Tac. I'll give that a little like and a little thumbs up. Didn't say any words. He didn't feel like words were needed. He just said, here's $1. Here's $1. Just throws $1 at me. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Right, let's go to my little plug real quick. Let's press that. Right, I'm going to try and start posting more bonus videos for the channel membership. Again, I feel like if you're a channel member, then you, in some degree, like the content on the channel. So some of the stuff that I don't think the wider Marvel Legends community would be into, I'm just going to shove there. So you guys have heard about me talk about a parcel I had shipping from the US. Shout out Mike Hex. That got stuck in customs for 3 weeks. Well, it finally arrived this week. So I thought to celebrate and to document that occasion, I did a little unboxing video. So if you want to see what nonsense I'm buying that's not Marvel Legends, nothing in that box is Marvel Legends. So if you're a channel member and you want to see what toys got stuck in customs, there's a little bonus video there. And I did get quite a lot of comments on that, more engagement than I expected. So thank you very much to the channel members, which has encouraged me to maybe do more of those random unboxing videos, as I do always have random stuff turning up to my house. Like I got this today, Rich, because I needed this. And I also got some Action Men. Again, you guys know I buy Action Men on a Kale. I know it's ladies' night, but just quick mention for the Action Men. I'll talk more about them in Legends of Liquor, but any Action Men I can get that I have mint on card from the 90s, I do pick up. So I got a new one today that I haven't got before. So, yeah, I'll talk about that.
Who makes Action Men?
Hasbro.
Oh, is it Hasbro, not Mattel?
No, it's Hasbro made Action Man in the 90s, yeah.
I was wondering if they had a men.com website link off Mattel.
No, there's no porn sites on the back of that actionman.com. To be fair, if they did, more blokes would probably buy it. They should do that, sort of a combined subscription. But there you go. If you're a channel member...
They'd have a shop with men.com, most of those blokes, I'll tell you that now.
But yeah, go and check out my box. But I also wanted to just shout out Rich once more. Last week, he was showing off the Secret Wars Wolverine. Now, it does always pain me when those pesky Americans get everything before me. Can you believe it? The Americans get everything before me. It's so annoying, especially Canada. But Rich did help me out to at least get Wolverine, okay? So I have got a Secret Wars Wolverine review on the channel right now. And Rich, can I just say, thanks to you, we're the only person so far that have done at least that I've seen, that have done a review with the Secret Wars new figure and the original figure from the 80s as well. Like a direct comparison on the camera. So I appreciate that, Rich. That was a nice little touch for my video.
Just let everyone know, I'm not that old, right? It's borrowed off Phil Jones, just let everyone know.
Yeah,
right?
Thank you, Phil, for letting us borrow Wolverine from your teenage collection. Yeah, thank you very much. But yeah, so go and check out my Wolverine review. I don't have any of the others. They've been delayed in the UK until the 3rd of December. So if you're in the UK and you're trying to get Secret Wars, you're not going to get them, unfortunately. Most of the UK stores get them directly from Hasbro. They're not due till early December. So unless you want to pay the big bucks and import them in, we're going to have to be a little bit patient on those ones, unfortunately.
They should be out though before Christmas. Couple more weeks. So maybe if you've been good, Father Christmas might bring you a Secret Wars pack.
Yes. Again, 3rd of December, I think, or maybe the 11th, somewhere in between there. Anyway, December time for Christmas. We will have our Secret Wars in time for Christmas. That is all good. But in regards to recent Marvel Legend news, before we get into our topic, today's pre-order is Spot. Now, they showed this off at Luca Comic Con. It is basically just a repaint of the Spot we got in the first wave of Into the Spider-Verse. Now, to be fair, he did change his appearance in the film to this sort of darker persona, so it's fair game on Hasbro's part. It's a repaint that makes sense to the source material. So if it's not for you, that's fair enough. But at least you can't challenge that it didn't appear in the actual film. So yeah, this was a new mold as well. So you know they had to find out ways to make more of it. So yeah, if you're a fan of Into the Spider-Verse, I'm sure you'll appreciate the opportunity to get this darker variant of Spot. Will you be getting it, Rich?
No, I want that.
No, or will I? But it's there for the people that do want them, and that is okay. I do like the effect pieces it has that has Miles coming out of the holes. I think that they have a little bit of different deco on. But yeah, I haven't even opened my Spot. I did go back and buy the whole first wave of Into the Spider-Verse, so I've got the original Spot. I just haven't opened him yet. But yeah, pretty gangly. I still want a comic book Spot. Most simplest Marvel legend ever. And they haven't done it. Honestly, they need to just comic book Spot, please, people. All right, it's like Zero, but just with more black spots on him. It's like that, but give us a better body. All right, don't give us the Bookie Cat body. Give us a better body. But yeah, Spot can be done in comic form, nice and easily. But this
on a retro card.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll put it on. He was in the animated show. He was Spot on the animated, like Spot in comics form on the animated Toy Biz tribute packaging would make so much sense because there's a great episode in the show with Spot.
Come in 2026 from the Iron Man car back Spot.
Don't, because you're not wrong. In other news regarding Marvel Legend pre-orders, just shout out Star Action Figures as I have these up for to show. But the other pre-orders this week were Gambit and Rogue. So the rumours were true. Now, it was announced that some of the figures would be getting a reissue from the first wave of X-Men, which, remember, did come out originally at the end of 2023. So these are a good year or so old now anyway. But these got released before the show. Since then, the show's come out, was much more popular than they probably assumed. So some of the bigger characters have been given reissues. Cyclops has just been given a reissue in the UK as well. You probably can find a Cyclops right now in your regular retail price. But he's from Wave 2. But in Wave 1, they have reissued Rogue and Gambit, and they have both gone up for pre-order. They're not due until like June.
Rogue and who?
Rogue and Gambit. Did I say it wrong?
No, I forgot his name, man. I forgot it.
Oh, how could you remember? How could you forget his name? So yeah, if you do want to get yourself Rogue and Gambit, you can pre-order them now and not get hit with that scalp at eBay price, as the only Rogues on eBay are like in the past £50-60 mark. So if you're patient, then you can pick yourself up a Rogue.
Get a 6-foot Rogue for cheaper than that.
Or that, yeah. Or just look at that massive Rogue behind there. It's crazy. So yeah, so
Storm is there. I'm just behind.
Yeah, Storm is there. Wolverine, I think, went up a little bit earlier, so there has been opportunities to get Wolverine again. I know I did when he got redone. So yeah, but anyway, patience will be rewarded if you want Rogue and Gambit. Always a nice pairing, makes complete sense. So they're the free Marvel Legends pre-orders for this week. Shout out my Tak, who firstly gifted me a £1 and now has gifted me a channel membership, which is went to RP. RP, thank you very much. And Mike is now threw £1 at me. I feel like, I know it's ladies' night, but now I feel like people are just throwing dollar bills at me like I'm a stripper. Let me just start taking my clothes off or something.
Dance.
Look, I'd do it. You know what I'm like. I'm a carny. I'd do it. Thank you very much for the £1, Mike. Thank you very much. Mike who? I don't know which Mike that is. Just Mike.
That thing doesn't work as well in Britain as it does in America, is it? Because like in America, it's like dollar bills. Over here, it's like a lethal weapon throwing coins. Yeah.
Strippers in the UK just getting attacked by pound coins. No, I don't want your pounds. In America, it's different. It's different. Mike sent it. Yes, I can. Mike, what's your second name, Mike? Are you like Cher? But your name's just Mike. There is no abbreviation. There is no middle name, second name. You are just Mike. Because we have a couple of Mikes in the chat, so I'd just like to know so I can differentiate. That's not the right word I was trying to say, but Rich
differentiate.
Thank you. So yeah, what's see, look, there's Mike Hex. Chef Mike. There you go, Chef Mike from Florida, USA. There you go. So thank you very much, Chef Mike. Home Dude says Mark Jones. Now, I get that reference, Home Dude, because I'm a hip-hop fan, and Mark Jones stole the Who gimmick from me. Mike Jones? Who? Mike Jones? See, Mike Jones stole that from me. 100%. I was doing it before Mike Jones and the whole screwed up hip hop community. But we have got the Mike universe, multiverse in the chat right now. Lots of Mike. Thank you very much for the power, Mike. I appreciate it. Chef Mike from Florida. Appreciate that. Right. Okay. Rich, let's get into the ladies' night. People are eager. People are throwing pounds at me already. Let's explain the situation. So you have dubbed today's night. Let me get the graphic up for you. Boom, boom, or bust. Please explain to the people.
So yeah, this is not a regular ladies' night. This is not the ladies we want. This is not Farrell and Rachel Summers and everyone else that all deserve it. I think people were saying the Daughters of the Dragon, Misty Knight, Colleen Wing. We want all those ladies, right? But this is not our night. This is the ladies. Ooh, hang on.
No, it's all good. You're good. Only if it's
Got
over
good?
4. Only if it's over 4 it talks.
Okay, so this is not the ladies that we love and want so much. This is the ladies that we think that they won't do, or that the internet thinks maybe they won't do. Will Hasbro be able to do with these ladies? So there's certain ladies and certain looks that might be harder to do. So we picked 10, our top 10 ladies they don't think we do, and we are going to judge whether they can do them or not. So
Okay.
boom boom means the girls that we can have, the boom booms. The boomers are the girls that we think they could do, but they might not be able to do them in the looks that we would want them in. And then the meltdowns, they are the girls that we won't get at all. Named, of course, after Boom Boom's terrible history of code names. Boom Boom, Boomer, and Meltdown. So Boom Boom is a yes. Boomer is a they could do it, but maybe not. And Meltdown is no chance. No chance to do it at all. So you can play along at home.
I will put them into polls as we go along, and I'm sure you'll get the gist of it as we go along, people. But yes, look, the reality is sometimes we bitch and moan at Hasbro about what they can and should do, etc. When the reality is sometimes it's not Hasbro, it's Disney. It's Disney, the license holder for Marvel, that say yes, you can do this, yes, you can't do this, because it all represents the overall brand. So again, Hasbro may be completely willing to do some of these scandalous looks because they know the consumers are mainly adults that want the most comic accurate. We're not a bunch of perverts. We just want the most comic accurate representation of certain characters. And if sometimes that happens to be a little bit more scandalous, then so be it. That's what we want represented on our shelf. But unfortunately, Disney is a wholesome family brand. So maybe there are occasions they don't want figures with their logo associated on a shelf with their breasts out. So that is the reality.
If Mattel ever got the license, they would do every one of these.
Mattel wouldn't care. Mattel would give you all the dirty sites you need to access what you want. But yeah, so the reality is some of these, of course, all of these could be able to be done. Designs could be done in action figure form. But the reality is there's a few extra barriers and logistics behind the scenes that sometimes make it a little bit more challenging to bring some of these looks into plastic reality. So yes, I like Rich's technique. So we got the boom boom is like, yes, absolutely it's going to happen at some point. Boomer it's like, okay, maybe if they tweaked it a little bit. And then Meltdown is no chance. Absolutely no chance. So Meltdown is like, they're not making it. It's not happening. So before we get into our first pick, let me just recap some of these super chats here. Thank you very much. What did we get? So we got Mr. Grudge threw 99p at me. Thank you very much. That would hurt even more with the extra pennies and stuff, extra coinage. Thank you very much, Mr. Grudge. Thank you. What's with the pounds today? I'm appreciative, but it was very specific from everybody. Morgan Le Fry, Uma.
Morgan Le Fay.
Morgan Le Fay, Uma. Okay, if I say these wrong, correct me, Rich. Colleen Wing and Misty Knight. So they're the Daughters of Dragons. Of course, we'd like some of them in female figure form. The poor Misty Knight I currently have on my shelf is looking like Giant Man did when he arrived because she's all over the place. We definitely need some Daughters of the Dragons. And Jamie says, got to love a ladies' night, but would love to see a Goblin Queen and Santana. 44 months is craziness. Yes, I know. Can you believe it? We're actually in my 5th year of live streaming, I think, and I never celebrated the birthday, but it's fine. It's fine. We will celebrate another milestone. I think this year I celebrated 200 episodes rather than the birthday, which is fine. But yes, we've been streaming a long time, people. We've been streaming a long time, and I appreciate your support, Just Jamie. And you did just mention someone that's going to get us off to a good start, because our very first pick is going to be, and Rich, I'll throw it to you so I can put the poll up. The Goblin Queen.
Our first pick is, of course, the Goblin Queen in the costume that we all want. Full underboob, full loincloth, realness, Madeline Pryor. No animated look, no HasLab look. We want full-on Madeline. tits and all. We want all Madeline Pryor all the time. So this is that Madeline in her classic Goblin Queen look from Inferno. It's not modern Madeline who gets a bit more covered look with like the crown in House of X. This is classic from Inferno. The classic X-Men crossover from the 80s. Madeline in all her black latex, red-headed, red emblem bearing brooch in the middle of it, holding those tiny bits of cloth together. This is what we want. I mean, they need to do Goblin Queen. I don't see why they can't. I know why they can't. Because of the underboob. That's why, Dan. They covered it up for that Haslam.
Like in a contract somewhere that just says, nope, not allowed.
Well, it's not like, I mean, Kazar gets his, like, full tits out. So,
nipples, right?
Equality for all, Dan. We want underboob.
I think, like, with the females, it's like they're very protective of their nipples, which is fair enough, okay. So, they're allowed to show from the top. So, why not from the bottom? Like, I don't get it. As long as the nipples are covered, it should be fair game, right?
It should be, but it won't be. But
damn society.
I would love Madeline. I think she's one of the classic 80s villains. Like she's like this clone of Jean Grey turned bad by like Sinister, and then the demons from Limbo change her as well. She gets like mystical powers. She's been spurned by Cyclops, who's gone back to Jean Grey. And like I love like a Jean Grey in her X Factor costume and Madeline 2-pack. But I think Jean Grey we will get to eventually. But Madeline is a harder sell, so I would like to see a Madeline, and she would be a boom boom for me, but from a Hasbro point of view, I'm not as sure.
Yeah, no. So that was obviously the big criticism when they originally showed off the Goblin Queen as part of the Engine of Vengeance. It wasn't exactly like her comic appearance, and then since then we have got the X-Men '97 version as well, which, to be fair, is based off her look in the animated show, which was accurate. It was the animated show that changed the character design. So the Marvel Legend, it may not be the design of Madeline Pryor you wanted, but the Legend was doing exactly its intention. It was representing Madeline Pryor, the Goblin Queen, as she appeared in the animated show, which is all well and good.
Even then, Hasbro did... they did cover her thighs with that grey stockings, whereas in the animated show she's got
did she have the stocking? Okay.
Yeah, she's got flesh coloured thighs, so they did tone it down a tiny bit.
They still toned it down. Sad times. Well, it still means I think the community would appreciate the comic accurate look here. And again, I'm well aware we're a bunch of blokes talking about females, and again, it's not because we're perverts. We just want the most well, maybe some of yous, maybe, but we just want the most comic accurate representations of these character designs. I always say displaying for me is about world building teams, and I want my mind's eye of these characters, how I remember them, whether it be from the comic book page of the animated show or the movie, however it is. I want them on my shelf represented in that form that I remember. So yes, Madeline Pryor always shown a little bit of skin, didn't she? Let's be honest. So
I'm just laughing at Kiara in the chat who says boo boo for me. Can you tell me where I get an outfit like that? Jay's in to get the bin bags out as we speak now.
Kiara, we're going out with Kiara next weekend. So Kiara, that's a challenge for you. Come as the Goblin Queen. Jay will dress as a goblin for you. You can have him on a chain.
He goes the Goblin Prince, havoc in his loincloth as well. Matching couples outfits ideas for people.
You can get his Damon Hallstrom, just take his top off and carve a pentagram in
carve
there.
A thing into it.
Well, maybe not. But yes, the Goblin Queen's looking very good. Let me go to the chat. So let's go into the poll. So remember, just to reinforce what the poll is, Boom Boom is yes, they could do it, they should do it, they will do it. Boomer is they might do it, but they might change it, which is already true because we have got the animated version and they showed off the prototype for the Engine of Vengeance. So Boomer is already proven to be true because that's what they were going to do. They were going to make Madeline Pryor but change her a little bit, and then Meltdown is no chance. And so far 25% of people still think there's no chance that the Hasbro team are going to give us an accurate comic Madeline.
Shout out to Dan and Ryan in the chat. Hi.
Yeah. What do you genuinely? Obviously, you genuinely want the same as me, an accurate Madeline Pryor from the comics. But what do you genuinely think her chances are in Marvel Legends? Since we did just get a Madeline Pryor this year.
Yeah, I mean, I think we will get another Madeline at some point. But I think he's a boomer. I don't think we would get this look. I think we're more likely to get the modern look, or if it is this look, it's going to be a full-on top like type of thing. I don't think they're going to do this at all.
Agreed. I was just having a quick look through my pictures to see if I had Madeline to throw up real quick. I think I did somewhere. Where is she? I've got this image. This will do. So that's the picture I made when I was doing Mephisto. So you can see that the prototype they made for Madeline. So that original prototype was from the Engine of Vengeance, and then they obviously tweaked her design to be more based off the animated series. So that's how close they were willing to get, but no underboob. Would you be happy if we got something similar to that, Rich? And the only problem was it had no underboob.
As long as it came with like Citadel paint and a triangle stencil, and then I could just paint my own. That's what they should offer.
Yeah, at this point, it's like, look, just do it like this, or just don't.
No, like the Giant Man eyes that they had to like send out to everyone. Do you think I should like phone to Hasbro customer complaints and be like, it didn't have an underboob. I need a new body piece, please, and they can print it for everyone.
Look, the 3D printers out there, people are definitely making like interchangeable parts and pieces, and I've seen people upgrade chests on Marvel Legends. I'm just saying, everybody has a preference. It's definitely been done. So right, let's end that poll when it gets to 50 votes. So we need a couple more votes in that poll. We need 3 more votes in the poll, and I will end it. As it's a quieter night, I understand. It's a Thursday night. It's been a quiet week for Marvel Legends. I get it. I understand. Time zones and all. So, also, the days feel so bloody short now. It gets dark. I feel like I finished work and it's already night time. Me and Amanda are like, it's 6 o'clock and we're like, shall we go to bed? Like, the days are so short. So I don't mind the viewership being a bit slower tonight. I understand. But let's try and get to those 50 votes. 50 votes. There we go. We hit it. So I'm going to end it. And the chat think boom boom. So the chat, I think that's because the chat are trying to will this into existence. They want it to happen. And I hope she does. I hope she does. So let me put Madeline as a boom boom 60. And at the end, maybe we'll poll the top 4, see who the most popular one is. Right, okay. Madeline Pryor. Next up. Okay, so that's what you put, Rich.
I put Boomer, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I get what's going on here. Okay. Now
click the button, Dag. Push the button. That's what you need to learn. Push the button. Okay, sing the Sugar Babes song in your head. You'll be fine. Push the
button. Cool. Right. Next up. We just mentioned her, but this time it's in her new X-Men outfit that Rich will explain to us. Because this is quite modern or not modern. I don't know. She's had so many outfits. Rich, explain. This is Emma Frost.
This is 2001 Emma Frost. So this is when Emma officially joins the X-Men in Grant Morrison's run. So before that, Emma was obviously a villain. She was headmistress of the Hellions. She was part of the inner circle of the Hellfire Club as the White Queen. And then after the Phalanx Covenant, she joins Generation X, becomes the head teacher of this next generation of X-Men. They graduate, the school closes, and then she finally steps up to the big league, joining the new X-Men, and then having a affair with Cyclops, stealing him off Jean Grey. And this is her debut costume from Frank Quitely. I love new X-Men. I think I've gone on this before. It's one of my favourite runs, even more so than Astonishing X-Men. It doesn't get as much love in merchandise, mainly because it's like black leather with yellow X's, apart from Emma, who wears clothes like this. Gravity defying. There's a lot of tit-tip involved here. A lot of tit-tip.
Like, I'm by no means a fashion guru or know anything about women's clothes, but how does this work? Like, how does she move and function without that slipping and sliding? Unless,
I think she's telepathically holding it in place. She is, Dan.
Any females in the chat want to explain that one to me? Like, yeah, maybe it's like a sheer outfit. Do you know, like tights, where it's like an actual sheer X, if you know what I mean. So it's material, but just in skin tone like tights are. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah. But so basically, in New X-Men, it's kind of like Emma fashionista. So this is her this is her look in the opening book, and then her costume changes constantly throughout. She doesn't have like a uniform. She changes it around. It's always white. It's always got the X's on it. But sometimes she has a massive coat on. Sometimes she's got like full on leggings. Like it changes a lot. But I think this look is the one that was most associated with that era because it was the one that was used in all the promos and it was the look she first had. And it's quite, it's quite sexy because like in Emma had always been sexy, but she was always like covered up, whether in a corset or in Generation X. Like she had a whip, but she was still in like fully covered clothes with like a horse whip and stuff like that. But this is like sexy Emma with the cleavage showing, everything like that. I would love this. but I don't think that Hasbro would do it. It's for me, this would be a meltdown. I don't think they would. I think if they do new X-Men Emma, they put her in a trench coat and leggings. That's the thing that I think they'll do.
Yeah, I've sort of got to agree with Rich here. As much as I think, again, it would look great in figure form, I just don't see them doing it. And if I genuinely had to pick myself which design I'd want next for Emma Frost, I actually want like a new crystal version of Emma Frost. We haven't had one in the sort of modern Hasbro era. I think the last time we got one was Toy Biz of the Dark Days. I think we have had one where we've had a crystal Emma Frost. Maybe back in the days.
I think it was the first Hasbro. The first Hasbro. Toys R Us exclusive.
I think so. But either way, I'd like a new modern day crystal Emma Frost. That's what I would like. But I'm curious. Let's have a look at what the chat think on this one. So remember, Boom Boom. So I think the chat are just going to say Boom Boom for the ones they want. Remember, the question we're asking is, do you reckon Hasbro will do it? So you're putting Boom Boom when you think Hasbro are willing to do it. So I think people are just putting Boom Boom for the ones they want, where they don't understand the game, Rich. Which ones do you think Hasbro are more willing to do? Like, Boomer's probably more of a media fair answer here, but I agree with Rich. I don't think they're going to do it. So, yeah, the chat's got 50 votes. So I'm going to end it with 43% say Boom Boom, where the other two were very close. 29% for Boomer and 27% for Meltdown. But let me go back to it. Yeah, so Rich thought Meltdown. So he doesn't think they'd do this. And I agree with him. I don't see them doing that look in figure form. Yeah, interesting. They might paint all over it like Titania or Titania. That's true. To be fair, I know they repainted over Titania, but at least it like makes a T. So it's like Titania. Titania. Never mind. I agree though, they shouldn't have painted over Titania, but they did because that's what Hasbro do. So it would be Boomer.
I don't think they could put like an E and an F on this. It looks more like a double D to me. But I'm not an expert, so I wouldn't know.
Okay. Mike Heck says you're gonna get blown hair, glasses, Emma in disguise. Let's get sexy diamond look instead. Yes, that's what I said, Mike. I'm with you. Let's get a diamond Emma for our figure form. So there you go. 2 down. So we've got the Goblin Queen. I didn't mean to zoom in that much there. The Goblin Queen. I genuinely didn't. My mouse is so bad, honestly. So we've got the Goblin Queen and Emma Frost. So next up, third female. It's Boob
Window Sue Storm.
I just noticed what you called. I was like, turning my head like that to go, what's she called? But Windows. Let me zoom in.
Sexy Sue Storm, where she wanted to spice up the relationship with Mr. Fantastic a little bit. Wasn't working as well, so she went all sexy. She cut out a 4 in her cleavage. She showed her abs, got her abs up, got her thigh eyes on. She's just a mother with a dream, Dan. That's all she is, a mother with a dream.
We talked about this not too long ago, didn't we? Actually, when we talked about the different outfits they could do for the Fantastic Four in the future.
Yeah.
And but she's the only one that gets a bit it's like clad like this. The others are just regular, like, right? It's not like it's not like Reed's got a topless version, has it? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, Johnny's not a jockstrap where the guy is just Sue who went for the dodgy look.
Do you reckon the family turned to look at it? Like, Johnny's looking at her going, are you kidding me? Like, I'm your brother. Get changed.
The Christmas card photo that year in Baxter Building must have been like amazing. But yeah, but this is Sue Storm. So she's having a bit of a meltdown, and she decides to wear this little costume. Not much of a costume on there. But yeah, I think, bear with me, I know what we've just said about boobs with Emma. I don't think this is that much of a stretch for them, because the thing with the Fantastic Four, the costumes don't change up that much. It tends to be like the same design. The colors may change, the cuts may change, the four may be in a different place, but it tends to be very standardized. And I think for something different, Sue's with this. And like you said with Titania earlier, where that T was covered up and painted, you could just fill in the 4, put a blue 4 in there rather than the boobs. You could do the rest of it, I think, pretty easily. It's not that scandalous compared to some other Marvel Legends that we've had. So for me, this would be a boomer. I think they could do it, especially if the Fantastic Four movie next year is a hit. I could see more Fantastic Four retro cards in the future. And then, like I said, there's not that much variation they can do with the costumes. They can do a flame off Johnny, but we've already had that. You can do an invisible Sue, we've already had that. So, like, the other things to do would be something like this, a different costume for Sue. But like, I don't think we can get full boob window. I don't think we get Power Girl boob window. I think it's going to be covered up.
Okay, the chat seem to be get what's going on now. Remember, it's only Boom Boom if you're a confident Hasbro are going to do it, regardless of whether or not you want it. Boom Boom is if you want it. Hasbro will do it. Boomer is if you think Hasbro will do it with some changes, is which is what Rich has said. And then Meltdown if you think, nah, Hasbro ain't going to do it. It's not going to do it. So, yeah, what am I thinking here? I'm just thinking, who's asking for this? Like, this isn't a look of Sue that I remember, like a particular run or story of. I still want, for my own collection, the next Fantastic Four team I want is like the Future Foundation with Dragon Man and stuff coming next year. So I just don't think there's anyone asking for this. So even if Hasbro were given the green light and said, yeah, you can do Boob Window Sue, would they really be in a rush to do it? Because like we said, the team are in their regular outfits. So you'd just be reissuing the team again in their own outfits just for the Sue variant.
I will say at MCM this year, I saw 2 Sue Storm cosplays.
Yeah.
And what version of Sue Storm's costume were both of them wearing? It was this one, Dan. It was this one.
The only one,
and one of those people, I think, was a gentleman. But there was 2 people wearing this costume.
It counts, I suppose. Okay. I sort of see where Rich is going, but I'm more on the Meltdown sort of vibe. I just don't see Hasbro going near this one. Nah, I just don't see them doing it. I'm with the chat. The chat, 39% of the chat say Meltdown, Hasbro not going near it. They're not going to do it. 35% say Boomer, where they could do it if they tweak it, like Rich is saying. And then Boom Boom, 27% people are saying, yeah, they're going to do it. Interesting. There's a mix there, but with 50 votes, 37% Meltdown takes it. That's our first Meltdown, Rich, from the chat. The Meltdown for Boob Window Sue. Now, again, that's not saying the chat don't want it, Rich. It's just the chat don't have faith.
It is saying they don't want it, Dan. You better close that boob window. Gone to the sands of time now.
Never chat not having faith in Hasbro. That's all. That's all that is. Right, so there you go. 3 down. Let me scroll up a minute and get the results for Emma. Emma was 43%. Okay, interesting. Right, okay, there we go. There's 3 down. 3 ladies down. Next up. Oh, let's go to space. Let's change that skin tone to a bit of a green. And let's go Gamora. A comic Gamora, which I think a lot of people would genuinely want to add in their collection. We haven't got one since the Guardians of the Galaxy box set. But this is a different look for her here. So, Rich, enlighten me.
This is her first look. This is Gamora's original look. Hang on. Oh, let me just catch my net in there. Let's reel it in. It's catch of the day, Gamora. In her fishing net. She's trapped in Thanos' fishing net and reeled in. So this is a Gamora in like a full-on body stock in armor. She's got a loincloth with a like giant bead or sometimes a skull on it. She's got the skulls on her shoulders. And she's usually got like a furry cape as well. You can't see this much in this picture, but her hair falls down and then she's got like a furry cape on the back. But this is a great look for Gamora. Surprisingly, of all the women we've had in here, Gamora's most revealing costume, which is from her like Guardians of the Galaxy, where she joins that team, that has been made as part of a Guardians of the Galaxy 5-pack. We've had like Gamora with her like little revealing nipple covers going down into like her knickers, and that's it. They put a cloak over her, so you couldn't see it, so it didn't offend any children.
Is that the one I've got?
It is the one you've got. So if you pull that cloak off, you can see her full costume.
Oh, I think this did come with a soft goods cape as well, if I remember correctly. I genuinely can't remember, but that's what I've got on my display.
Yeah, there was like a cape that covered her all, so that is what she looks like. I like that figure. It's a great one, but I always want classic figures, and he would go along with that Drax the Destroyer as part of like the Infinity Squad, like with her like his pink look that came with Moondragon. I would love classic Gamora. I think the Guardians themselves don't get enough love. Mantis, Nebula, all could do with classic comic book looks. But I think this Gamora, out of everyone on this list, I don't think this is that controversial. Even though it is like a body stock in a fishnet, it is quite covered up. Her boobs are not that much on display. like she's a badass. She's been big in the MCU as well, so I think she's well known out there to different people. Much more well known than a character like Red Widow. What are they doing with that, Dan? Red Widow.
Red Widow, she's really popular. I can't wait. They're going to announce her movie at the new.
I'll be first in line for that.
No, I agree with you. Gamora, I genuinely don't think there's anything really controversial about this outfit before that. I think we could probably look behind me and find Marvel Legends on my shelf that reveal just as much as this in the chest area. Everything's covered up. Her belly button's out. That's about it. So yeah, this can be done. I think this is a boom boom. This can be done. Is it the look people would want if they're going to do a new comic Gamora? I'm not too sure. I think that would be a question for the community. She looks.
I think yes. I vote yes, Dan. Who wants a modern day stupid white costume? No one wants that, Dan. They want the classic Gamora.
It just looks like she's best mates with Namor in this look. Do you know? I don't know why. It just gives me Namor vibes. You know, Namorita we've just had in the blue. I still want Namorita in the regular skin tone though as well. I want a comic Gamora. I do. I genuinely think that was a missed opportunity not to give us updated versions of the comics Guardians of the Galaxy recently, but because we got that deluxe Drax and Moondragon like you mentioned, and we also got the Star-Lord in his first appearance, I knew that those two releases meant we're not getting modern versions as well within the same sort of year. So yeah, we'll probably still be waiting a while for some more comic Guardians. But yeah, if we're going to get them, let's give us some in their classic comic look. You mentioned Mantis, a previous Avenger, for God's sake, another Avenger that we need in comic form. So yeah, I'll take it. I say, I'm curious. I mean, before I press the button, Rich, I'll say you're going to say this is a boom boom. Boom boom! Yeah. So boom boom! First boom boom of the evening.
It is my first boom boom of the evening, but hopefully not my last, Dan. Hopefully not my last. I'll be like the Venga Boys now by the end of the night. Boom 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 boom.
Yeah, okay. The chat agree with you as well. So let me have a quick look to the chat. The chat. Remember, boom boom if you think Hasbro are going to do it. Or Hasbro are willing to do it. 73% so far out of the votes say yes, Hasbro are going to do it. A few more votes in, people, before I close the poll. Please get involved if you haven't already. 11% say they could do it with some changes. I can understand why that's so low, because what would you change? Like, what would you change about that that's controversial? There's nothing to change. So I agree. I understand why people are going that direction. 15% say Meltdown. 15% say they're not going to do it, which is interesting. I definitely think the strongest is Boom Boom in that category. Remember, Boom Boom if Hasbro would be willing to do it. Meltdown if Hasbro wouldn't be willing to do it, regardless of your own desire for that particular character design.
The weirdest thing on this one is it's not so much the outfit. Well, it is the outfit, but it's not so much the revealing nature of the outfit. I think the hardest to be would be those fishnets. Is do you sculpt them in, or do you have to like paint them all on like a Spider-Man webbing? So that might it's not something you could ever use again, like type of thing, is it? It's if you're gonna sculpt it in there.
Agreed.
It's gonna have to be like hatched in.
Hasbro are always very inconsistent with that as well, because I remember the first time we got the Shocker, who has like a crisscrossy pattern. It was painted on. And then they gave us a Shocker on the retro card. And Shocker was a decent part of the animated series, so I was quite happy to see Shocker on a retro card. And they actually sculpted in the lines, but they didn't paint them. So it was just like, it didn't look like the Shocker from the animated show. But if the lines were painted, it would have definitely looked more like the Shocker from the... So, yeah, I agree. They're going to have to commit to what they do there. And there's not much reuse you should get out of sculpting those lines. So they'd probably have to be painted. But... I don't know. Hasbro's getting better. They're getting better with the paint. Definitely with the faces for sure. The digital face printing tech for our Marvel Legends these days, I don't think anyone can challenge, is very high. So, yeah, if they keep on that sort of degree, they could do a good job with it. Right, I'm going to end the poll. End the poll with 54 votes, and she has got 78% Boom Boom. So she's our highest Boom Boom yet, Rich. She was your first Boom Boom of the evening as well. So the chat.
My first Boom Boom.
Yeah. Okay, next up. I think this next one will be a popular character for conversation, as she may not be too far away. Shanna, whichever you prefer. The She-Devil. Savage Land. We have got Zabu and we have got Kazar. The last time we got those two was in a free pack, a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive free pack, mind you, with Shanna the She-Devil. But we have not got her yet this year. But Dan Yoon did give us hope and said they know they need to add her to complete that trio. So that makes me think they've got plans for her somewhere along the line. maybe soon. I know Bug Nice keeps teasing that he knows about this potential free pack of the Savage Land, where if they're going to do something Savage Land themed at the moment, it's got to be with her. So Rich, tell us, Shanna, in this look, is this how she first appeared? Just this naked?
No, so I mean, she's always been the same kind of look, but this is Frank Cho from the Shanna the She-Devil miniseries. Like Frank Cho, known for drawing beautiful women. So this is quite like, it's not that long ago. It's within the last like 20 years rather than like 40 years ago or like in the 90s. This was definitely like late 2000s, I'd say, early 2010s maybe. The Frank Cho did this Shanna the She-Devil. Really good series. Highly recommend it. Love Frank Cho's art. And yeah, I would love this version of Shanna. I think, like you said, we've had that pair of figures with Zabu and Kazar, but we need another pair. We need Shanna. That's what we need, Dan. She is the missing one. I think a lot of people, when that Spike thing was shown at Luca Comic Con, or something like that, I think she's got to be there at some point.
Hang on, you've gone a bit choppy. Is that my end or yours? Give it a sec. You back in the room? You back there?
Oh, it's 9 o'clock, Dan, when Virgin Internet decides to put down my internet every week.
Sorry, repeat what you said from the tease. You mentioned the tease and then it got a bit choppy. The spiky tease. Amanda just got home as well, so I wasn't sure if she just turned something on, but yeah, it's all right. Rich will figure it out. He'll be back in a second. In the time being, I've got the poll open. Now, remember Rich's game. Boom Boom if you think Hasbro are willing to do it. So I know a lot of people are voting Boom Boom on this one because they want it. I understand you want Shanna in her more comic accurate look. But are Hasbro willing to do it? That's the question. Boomer is Rich's when you think Hasbro will change an aspect of the character design to make the Marvel Legend. So for me, I think this one's more of a boomer because as much as we want Shanna in this look, Hasbro are probably going to change it a little bit. So probably more in the boomer category for this one. And Meltdown is there no chance going to do it. To be fair, this could be a Meltdown as well because it looks... I just don't see Hasbro doing a design like this. Unless they do it as an exclusive. I don't know. Rich, are you back in your room? You're all good? People were concerned for you.
I think the censorship people are onto me, Dan. Someone think of the children. They're trying to take me down, talking about Shanna the She-Devil.
No, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back. But yeah. I don't think she's a boomer, Dan. I don't think she's a boomer. I think Shanna the She-Devil is a boom in this lock.
You reckon she's going to get made?
Yeah, because there's no other way you can make Shanna. You can't put Shanna in a Christmas jumper. You can't put a coat on her. There is only one look for Shanna, which is bikini top and loincloth bottom. So they're going to have to do this look. I don't think it's going to be like available everywhere. I think it may be a store exclusive, an online exclusive, or even maybe a made to order kind of figure. Like at the minute, they've done like Dragon Man and Sentinel, which is all more big figs.
Yep.
But why not something a bit more risque like Shanna? That could be a made to order figure. And I think a lot of people would buy it to finish off themselves, to finish off that trio of Kazar, Zabu, and Shanna.
The chat seemed to agree with you. I was saying, as you were froze there, the chat is saying boom boom, but I was thinking maybe more of a boomer, so I don't see Hasbro doing it this way. But the Watcher's not wrong. He's saying bikini Shanna or bust, because you're not wrong. Like, what other character design could they give us for her where people wouldn't give them a bit of backlash? And rightly so as well. Like, if you're going to do a character that only looks like this, then this is how we want to represent it on the shelf. So yeah, I'm just not super confident Hasbro would get this cleared unless it was an exclusive or online only. This is what we have pulse only exclusive, and yeah, again, Bulk Nice is talking about a free pack, so maybe she's in a free pack.
But unlike other characters in this list whose costume has like changed as time has gone on and become more covered up or something like that, like Shanna still wears this now. When she appears in the comic books, this is still her look. It's not like, she's not like Emma Frost with a million different looks out there. There is only really one look for Shanna.
Someone needs to take this girl shopping. Do you know what I mean? Like, the Savage Land is accessible. Can not one of the X-Men ladies help her out and just bring her some clothes when they next visit or something? Take her to the X-Mansion. Take her to that mall the Sentinels destroyed. Maybe that's why she can't afford clothes. The Sentinels destroyed that mall. Yeah, okay. No, I'm with you. So I want Shanna now to complete that sort of Savage Land little trio that we started this year. Nice, very nice upgrades compared to the versions we've had. I never actually originally had that box set. Did you ever have? Or do you have her? You might have her, Rich.
I think Compulsive Collector just said about the Marvel Universe line. That's the Shanna I got in the Marvel Universe line.
Oh, let's have a Google of that.
I think she was one of the later figures released because she hasn't got as good articulation as the other ones.
Well, let's have a little look. Marvel
Like the Infinite
Universe.
series, I think, maybe she might have been.
Marvel Universe, Shanna the She-Devil. It should come up. Let's put Hasbro. Okay, yeah, I got it. Oh, so they gave her like a little skirt piece. Okay, so this is what John in the chat's referring to. And they gave her like a little skirt piece, essentially.
I mean, it's the same as what she's got there, like the loincloth, but it's just a bit more covered, I suppose.
Yeah, I've got a picture of it loose as well. Oh, there she is. Shanna the She-Devil. So they could do that in 6-inch scale. Just because they could, like, maybe the way around, again, this is just brainstorming here, I don't know how stuff works behind the scenes, but maybe for licensing purposes, because of window packaging and stuff like that now, they have to cover her up with like a skirt piece like this, but then that skirt piece is removable, so like when we get her, we can just remove it and not display it like that, if that makes sense, or tweak it. But that's how they release it, if you know what I mean. They release it which is a bit more covered up, but they know people are probably going to display her a little bit differently. I understand that's the way they do it. Let's look at the chat. Robert's just become a channel man. Thank you very much, Robert. Much appreciated. Let me just scroll up, make sure I haven't missed anything. Damien said any female Serpent Society member would be welcome. Stay tuned, Damien. You're getting in. They always get in there a little bit too early. They never have faith in us, do they, Rich? They never have faith in us.
Never have faith in us.
Just give us some time, people. We're only a few females in. What else did I miss? Did I miss anything else? Home Dude says, you know what you want? You know what today is? It's our anniversary. Tony Tone. That is a hip hop song for those who don't know. Happy 5 years, Who Crew. Thank you very much, Home Dude. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, just making sure I hadn't missed anything there. Okay, they didn't cover up Tigra though. T-Grave, that's true, but she is also orange and covered in fur. So I 100% get what you're saying. Like, she's wearing the same outfit, but I think licensing-wise, like a regular female with skin tone is probably harder to get across the licensing border than a character that is furry and orange. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's definitely got to be some challenges there. Right, have we got 50 votes? We've got 60 votes. It's fine. We've got way too many. But she's a boom. The chat agree with you, Rich. She's gonna happen, but not as the Marvel Universe, or not that. There she is. Boom. Right, next up, Calypso. Now, we have spoken about her a few times recently because Rich is so excited for the Kraven the Hunter the movie, and he just cannot wait. Since the first trailer came out, he loves the Sonyverse. He wants it to continue.
I just see Venom: The Last Dance. It is a movie. I can confirm it is a movie.
I haven't seen that. I don't think I'm going to see it. Just die. Sony, just leave them alone. Stop. Just step away from the Spider-Man franchise. Unless they're going to do like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 4 or Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man 3, which I think is fair. I think the audience are now keyed in and would understand that they're different worlds now. Back in the day, the media were always scared. Do them, Sony, all right? Do them.
I mean, hang on a minute now, Dan. Calm down now, because the second week of December, I'm going to pitch my White Rabbit movie to them. I can't wait to get funded.
As long as the crew make a cameo, I'm good. Anyway, back to Calypso, who is the sort of girlfriend of Kraven the Hunter, but Rich will tell us more.
Yeah, so Calypso, I think, is, of all, I think Spider-Man with his villains and everything, apart from Black Cat and Silver Sable, and then more modern day heroes like villains like Shriek, he doesn't really have a massive array of villainesses. But I think Calypso, from like back when I was a child and reading comic books, she was this like badass female character with her like mystical powers. Like, she was in Daredevil as well, and I loved Calypso. I thought she was quite a good villain. I thought the relationship she had with Kraven was interesting. And then she shows up in other media, like she shows up in the, I think, Spectacular Spider-Man, she's got a bigger role. And obviously she's going to be in the new movie played by Ariana DeBose. So that's going to be good. Why not make that version as well? But with Calypso, like, so this would be the costume that I would want in figure form. But obviously, it is very revealing. It is like whereas Craven has got like his vest with the lion face, like the animal print of Calypso goes down into like two strips, kind of like that earlier Gamora outfit, and then she's got this furry loincloth, which from a distance, it kind of looks like she hasn't been for a wax in a while if you look at it for too long.
Oh dear.
So it's quite a dodge. I think the hair, she's got massive hair, all those braids, like the amount they have to sculpt of new bits for this. She's got all the accessories as well, the necklaces, the belts, the bangles. Like, so there are more conservative versions of Calypso in both the comic book and other media, where like she wears like just a normal top and leggings. It's less like this, less extreme like this.
I was trying to find an animated picture for you, because she's covered up in the animated show version.
See, this one, that one, I wouldn't mind like as bad. It's still kind of got like, if it was on like an animated retro card, that could fudge that into that.
The character again. I got introduced to every Marvel character through the medium of the animated series, so I'd prefer. Again, just speaking for myself, I'd prefer this Calypso over the other one because I've got more attachment to it, and I think this one is more likely to be made over this version as well. Granted, like this would look great in figure form, but which one do you reckon Hasbro are more likely to do? That one or that one?
Yeah, so I think more likely the second one. I would love, honestly, of everyone on this list, Calypso is probably the one I would love the most because I just think Spider-Man lacks those good female villains. This my Spider-Man shelf does anyway. It's very lacking in female villains. It's got lots of heroes, lots of girlfriends, lots of supporting characters and sidekicks, but villainous wise, it's not that much being made. So I would love this Calypso. I think she would look great. But yeah, for me, it kind of is a meltdown. I don't think they would be able to do it in this look.
Meltdown from Rich. And do you know what? The chat are getting involved now, Rich. They now understand the concept of this Boom Boom game you have created because they have also went for a meltdown. 45% of the chat agree.
Boom Boom or Bust. Licensing is available for other territories.
Yeah. So meltdown again. Hasbro probably unlikely going to do it. So again, regardless of you wanting this or not, if you vote meltdown, it means you don't think it's going to happen. And I agree with you. I agree. I don't think Hasbro will do this look for Calypso. But if they're going to do the character, give me an animated look. Put her on an animated card. It would make sense. She's a character that appeared in the animated show, and this is a look that is definitely, like you said, a little bit more doable to get past those evil licensees. But yes, the chat agree with you, and we have 50 votes now as well. So I'm going to end that poll with 48%. Nearly half of yous out there think she is probably unlikely going to happen. So let me end that. We are making a great list, by the way. If Loose Collector ever got the Marvel license, he could just come to this stream and there's a whole list of figures here that he'd be able to do straight away. Fortune Maximus just called me a boomer. I don't know, is that a compliment? I don't even know. Is he taking the piss or is that a compliment? Boomer's like an old person, right? Because I'm old. I am old. That's accurate statement.
Okay, boomer is like someone who thinks they're young, but they're not, Dad. They're not.
Thinks they're young, but they're not. I don't think I'm young, so that can't be aimed at me. What if I said I'm young? I'm old. Okay, with Fortune Maxima, I'll take it as a compliment. Thanks. No, he's calling you old and outdated, says Kent. Okay, fair enough. I am old. That's fair. Dan, our grandparents are boomers. Oh, okay. I'm an IT manager. I can use technology. I'm on Streamlabs right now. I don't use StreamYard like all these other cowards on YouTube. So I use Streamlabs and OBS. That's right. Cowards. That's what I call them. Don't want to put in that extra graft. So yeah, I can use tech. So actually, I've changed my mind. I'm not a boomer because boomers can't use tech. Take it back, Fortress Maximus. Because you're saying Hasbro can't. You're saying Hasbro can after Calypso. You're saying Hasbro can alter Calypso. That's boomer. I'm saying they can. Hasbro can do what they want. I'm confused of what Fortress Maximus is trying to say. Fortress Maximus, I want both of these in figure 4. Leave me alone, all right? Come on now. Okay, let's keep going. Next up. Okay, Rich. Stacy X. This is why I like this stream, Rich, because I learn things. And I'm about to learn something because I don't know who this is.
This is Stacy X, originally called X, Ecstasy, but obviously changed around because ecstasy sounds like a bad drug that you probably shouldn't be taking. So this is Stacy X. So she is a mutant. So back when Emma Frost was in that new X-Men look, Stacy X was part of Uncanny X-Men, Joe Casey's team. So it was like Wolverine was on the team, Iceman was on the team, Nightcrawler was on the team, Archangel was on the team, Chamber joined the team. There were no females on the team, so they needed a female. So instead of bringing in one of the many X-females out there, they created a new one in Stacy X, former prostitute with pheromone powers, who now joined the X-Men with her scaly skin to save mutant kind. So she's a cold girl with a heart of gold, trying to save the planet. That's what she is now, Dan. Trying to save mutant kind.
A cool girl with scaly skin? What type of fetish would you need to be interested in that?
Well, she's got pheromone power, so she can make you love her wherever. Okay, so even though she's got that scaly, horrible skin, like the men don't realize it because they just see her as this lovable X-Men mutant that they all want. That's what they see her as.
Okay, well, I was unfamiliar, so now I've learned something. And I enjoy learning via this. But the chat were initially also very confused. And people have went straight to Meltdown because they just don't know. They don't want Hasbro to make her, it seems. But I'm curious what you have voted here, Rich. I'm going to guess, Rich, you're going to say... You're not going to say Meltdown because it's not undoable here because she's not exactly, she's got like mutated skin. So you're going to say Boomer. Meltdown? Why?
She's a terrible character.
So you just don't want them to do either.
No, a low point in X-Men comic books. Thankfully, Husk came along, and then her and Husk both liked Archangel. Archangel picked Husk, and she left. She left the team, never to be seen again until, I think she joined the New Warriors, and then she died straight away in the New Warriors, and then she was resurrected, as most mutants were, the House of X.
She went back to her home planet.
Like
Poochie.
But she's terrible.
Stacy X died and went back to her home planet. Just on
terrible character. Now, I've got nothing wrong with Colga characters. More coming up soon, but definitely not Stacy X. Not a character that I need for my collection. I'd much rather see Husk in her and X-Men look instead. So yeah, we could give this one a miss. And I would love to see though. I would love to see her for just one reason. I'd love to see Ryan Ting's like 2-sentence like bio on the back describing Stacy X to the masses. That would be worth it for me.
He might message you and ask. You might go, Rich, I need 2 sentences. Help me out. Hasbro will never make this character as compulsive collector. Have I missed Shalene on this stream? Says Catlibs. Catlib, we're not at the end yet. We're not at the end yet. Don't you worry. They
made Selene. Selene is in that Hellfire box set.
Yes, yeah. She came in with a Jean Grey head sculpt, correct? Yes.
Yeah.
Cap wasn't in at the start of the stream, so he's probably like, what the hell is this boom, boom, boomer meltdown? Maybe halfway through the stream we should have re-explained the rules. Basically, we're saying, do you reckon Hasbro would be willing to make these particular character designs? So we're not saying, do you want the character as such? We're sort of saying, do you reckon we will get these character designs? Boom Boom is yes, Hasbro will do it. Boomer is they might change something. And Meltdown is they're never going to do it. And Rich has voted on this one, Meltdown, they're not going to do it. Her character story is a bit too much for Hasbro, plus she's not wearing much either. I'm not even going to wait for 50 votes on this one because people don't want to participate because they have no idea who she is. So I'm just going to end the poll right now.
Greg Fenstead said she's not even on the D list. No, Greg, like most of these characters, she's on the double D list. Way!
So she is a Meltdown, 61% Meltdown for that. Oh, I didn't get the votes for Calypso. Let me scroll back up a minute. Calypso was 47%. A Meltdown. Sad times.
The Watcher says, "Have we ever had comic book Jessica Jones?" Yeah, we have had
Jewel?
her in a dual look,
Yes, we've had
part of the
Jewel.
Defenders box set.
Jewel could absolutely do with an upgrade though. She's on the old female body mold, very lackluster with an articulation, as we know. So, and they could do better. Yeah, Jewel is worthy of an update for sure. Okay, next up. There you go, Damien. Just had to be patient, Damien. You had to have a little bit of faith in us, Damien. But yes, our next choice is Black Mamba. So out of all the females you could have picked from the Serpent Society, Rich, why didn't you pick Coach Whip?
Because I picked Black Mamba because she's the only one whose boobs can't do that. If she can't do up a zipper, it's just stuck down. It's permanently stuck below her boobs.
Maybe she just needs to buy a bigger outfit.
Yeah, well, maybe she just she hasn't got super strength. That's what it is.
Oh,
If she had super strength like Anaconda, she could do it up, but she can't. So it's permanently stuck there.
Okay, Black Mamba, Serpent Society. We have been getting a Serpent Society character in the Marvel Legends line at least one a year for a good 4 or 5 years now. This year, did we get one this year? We didn't, did we? This year we hadn't.
No, I don't think we have
This is
this
what
year.
I mean. This year we haven't. So we've been getting one a year, and then all of a sudden we didn't. And if anything,
But I think I don't know but then no, because they've been announced. So we all assumed that they might be like a Diamondback figure because
Exactly.
the deluxe Captain America figures have been announced. There's no sign of
Yes.
Diamondback or Sidewinder, who's now in the movie as well.
so the Serpent Society were long rumoured and sort of weirdly confirmed by Kevin Feige that they would be in the new Captain America movie. But obviously there have been many reshoots and stuff since then, and certain characters have been changed and taken out of the movie. But I still think the Serpent Society will be mentioned to some degree, as we know Sidewinder is going to be a part of it. So yeah, we all assumed they were saving this year's Serpent Society character for some type of association with the new Cap movie. But again, the Cap movie wave isn't a wave, it's 3 deluxe figures, and we haven't really got any comic book figures associated with the movie yet because they got released like earlier in the year before the film got delayed. We got the Cap Falcon Wings, we got the Shield 3-pack, we got the Artem Zola 2-pack. These were all Cap themed comic book releases that were meant to come out around the original date of the movie, but the movie got pushed until next year. So yeah, we never got any Serpent Society characters. I'm still hoping for a Serpent Society box set. Or something like that. I'd take a 3-pack, a box set, whatever. Like I think a 5-pack Amazon box set, because we've already got about 5 or 6 members already in Legends form. If you give us a box set or a multi-pack, you're going to give us a nice little crew for the shelf now, because it's quite a big team. But I think, Rich, your Black Mamba would be your preference for next female to be made.
Well, Diamondback would be my next preference, but I think Diamondback is in the bag. I think they can do Diamondback easily. Whereas like Black Mamba, because of the added boobs and the thighs and just sexiness, she's a former ex-call
I see what
girl.
you did there. She's a snake. Sexy.
Sexy.
I get what you did there.
But as well, Black Mamba's not just a member of the Serpent Society. She is a member of the spin-off group, the Bad Girls Inc. Bad Girls Inc. Why are they called Bad Girls, Dan? Do you know why they're called Bad Girls?
Because they're naughty.
They are naughty girls, very naughty girls. But there's 3 members. BAD.
Okay, so Black Mamba, and then someone beginning with A, and then someone beginning with a D.
Yeah.
Okay.
Diamondback and Asp.
Asp. Oh, okay. I probably, do you know what? I probably could have got that if I thought about it some more. I was typing
So
my
the
poll.
the 3 of them, like they kind of like spin off into their own little mercenary group. They become good as well. They help Deadpool out in his title as well. And I quite like them. I'd love a 3-pack of those. They would finish off my Serpent Society and my Bad Girls Inc. in one.
I'm just going to see if I can get a picture. Bad Girls Inc.
Not to be confused with Bad Boys Inc., the 90s boy band who sang "There's Gotta Be More to This World." They didn't do covers. They didn't do covers,
I'm going to
Dan.
get demonetized now. That was too good. Let me have a look for some pictures. Bad Girls Inc. Here we go. Here's a picture I found on Reddit. That will do. Yeah, this is on Bad Girls Inc. BAD.
Which one would you like the most out of them? The B, the A, the D?
Definitely don't want the D.
I love the D, me. That would be my favourite. I love the Diamondback.
You gotta say that. They look like a pretty colourful bunch, actually. Quite like them. Bad Girls Inc. What's this from? Is this from the Marvel Handbook? Oh, they're in the Marvel Handbook as well. That's the same image. There you go. My zoom is terrible. There you go. You can have a little read about them. First appeared in Captain America, 385, 1991. There we go. Good stuff.
Oh, Black Mamba appeared before that, like the 1980s in Marvel 2-in-1. That's where Black Mamba.
Oh, I think that's the first appearance of that team. That's
as a group,
yeah,
right? Okay.
Yeah. Right. Let's have a look at this poll. Where the poll saying with this one? All right, I'll see what the poll. So the poll is 74% Boom Boom. So let's go back to Rich here. Let me zoom out a minute. And Rich is gonna say, I don't know what you're gonna say anymore. I'm like, because I'm second guessing what I think Hasbro would or wouldn't do. So I'm just going. I'm a boomer anyway, according to Fortress Maximus. So I'm gonna shut up. And Rich is gonna say, Boomer. So you reckon they will do her?
I think they will do her, but I think they will pull up that zip right to the top.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing there. Yeah, like Black Widows of the past, where and what else have we got? I'm thinking of characters.
Titania got covered up, didn't she?
Black Cat as well. Black Cat's another one where they covered her up a little bit. But yeah, Serpent Society is genuinely a team. Like I know it's not an A-list villains team by any means, but I love they're very toyetic, and I do love that world building. Like they could take up a nice little section of your villains display. And I just hate the fact that Hasbro takes so long to complete teams. That by the time we do get more characters, some of the original ones are really outdated. Like Constrictor was one of the first ones we got, and he's rumored to be re-released, but he was on that leaked list, and we've not seen anything from him yet. So maybe we will still get him. Okay, let me close the poll for the sake of time here. 74% Boom Boom. I don't think Boom Boom's going to be taken. People want it. People think it will happen. I'm with yous. Rich thinks they're going to do up a zip a little bit, and I see what he's saying. All right, next up, we have Jennifer Kale.
Down the road, down the witch's road. This is comic book Jennifer Kale, who's obviously just been in the Agatha all along with a completely different version. Like, still great. I would love that one as well, played by Sashia Zamata from SNL. But I would love either version of Jennifer Kale. I don't think they're going to do this version because Jennifer Kale is a girl with a bikini and a cape and a headdress. That's all she's got. But she is obviously this sorceress, mostly linked to Man-Thing. She's been with Doctor Strange. She is in, I think, Marvel Zombies 3. She's like the character from the 616 who has to fight off the hordes of zombies and doesn't do well, spoiler alert. But yeah, I love Jennifer Kale. Again, she's got a more covered up costume more recently. Even following this look, she gets like a full-on blue body sock underneath that armor because it is quite revealing. But I would absolutely love a classic Jennifer Kale with her witchy powers. I don't think we've got enough mystical women like Satana in her like red look. I would love to see that with the blonde hair and the horns as well. I think there's a lot. You could do like a whole mystical line of ladies. There's a lot missing. Even like a comic book Agatha Harkness, old haggard Agatha.
I'll take an old like babysitter Agatha Harkness.
Well, she's been like de-aged now in comic books, so she looks more. She's got like the streak in her hair. She got boobs. She got a boob line again. So everything changes. But yeah, I love Jennifer Kale. I would love her. But I think in this look, probably unrealistic. It's just way too much skin. Like we said before, Tigra gets away with it because she's covered in orange fur. Like Jennifer Kale is one. The way I like to think of it, right, is your cat can go into the street out of the cat flap with no clothes on. No one bats an eyelid. If I went through my cat flap with no clothes on, I'd probably be arrested. I wouldn't fit through my cat flap either. I would need a fireman. Like a horse coming through it.
That's called a door, Rich. It's called a door. How big is your cat?
It tells me the wrong things. Blood, yeah. I don't have to wear that collar anymore, do I?
Stop drinking out of that bowl. To be fair, females are so brave. I remember girls on a night out would always go out like hardly wearing anything. I'd be like, why are you so cold? Like, how are you not cold? How does she?
If you went out in Swansea, someone would be wearing this outfit right now. That's just common. It'd be raining, snow. there would be a girl on Wine Street wearing this.
Yeah, far too cold for me. I'm far too cold. But no, I'm with you, Rich. I always like adding new characters to the collection, as you know, and I do think the sort of not so much witchy, but the sort of mystical, like you said, the sort of Doctor Strange. We always say that we haven't got enough of his villains. Still need characters like Nightmare and Baron Mordo, and we've recently only just got Clea. Like we only got her last year, I think, right? So yeah, some more mystical characters would be good. So yeah, okay, I'll take that. But I just don't see them doing this outfit, Rich. So I'm gonna say. You're going to say Meltdown. Meltdown. Yeah. Okay, I got one.
You will be right, Dan. You'll be right. You got into the game at last, just before the last one.
Right, I'm in. So Meltdown. Okay, so the chat also agree where they don't think Hasbro would do it. 54% of the chat don't think Hasbro will do this particular design. And I always think, let's just say Hasbro... Like when we spoke to Dwight at MCM, he's basically saying to us that like they can approach Hasbro with any character, like any character is fair game to be discussed, but then there'd always be setbacks or reasonings for let's wait for this, let's move it to here, blah blah blah. Just got to wait for the right time, the right release format, and just things you need to wait for the stars to align. So if there are a couple of times a year where the stars align and they have a few windows where they can release characters that may be a little bit more cladly dressed or need a little less to be more accurate, then I don't think she's the type of character you choose to take up that slot. Because like if they had that one opportunity to do a scandalous clad character and they chose to do Jennifer over Shanna the She-Devil, do you know what I mean? I think people would be pissed. So
I think people will be pissed at that. But the problem is with Hasbro and Marvel licensing Jesse Falcon at the moment is that they wouldn't even choose Shanna the She-Devil. They choose Red fucking Widow, Dan. That's what they would choose. That's who gets the slot. Red fucking Widow, Dan.
No, like as I said, after our conversation with Dwight, he just says it's about timing. So that's just a regular Build-A-Figure wave. But if like an exclusive popped up or something they had a window to do something else, then if they did release a character in her comic accurate design out of this whole list, I just don't think Jennifer would be quite high on that list. Although I'd quite like to add it to the shelf. But yeah, let me end the poll. The chat are with you anyway. 53% say... right, okay. I think there's one more, Rich. We got one more. And have we saved the most desired? Have we saved the most desired till last? So let me just throw it into the chat before we go to the last one. We've got one more scandalously dressed female here on the screen, special for ladies' night. Promise we're not pervs, just have to keep saying that as a disclaimer. These are all accurate looks of females from the comic books that we would like to display in plastic because we want the most accurate to the source material. But there is one more female, and it's a female that you'll all know. You'll all know this character, by the way. So again, that's a little bit of a clue. You will all know who this next character is. But she's wearing a particular outfit that isn't her most recognizable, but it's a character design that I think people would want an opportunity to buy in figure form. So any guesses? Any guesses what our last pick is for a female not wearing too much that we want to discuss? Would Hasbro do it or not? One more. We've got one more female left. I'm just curious. Kevin Beatty, Aunt May. What comics is that he reading?
Bikini clad Aunt May.
Bikini Aunt May. What comics subscription has he got? He's been following Metallic.
There was a comic book for Mark Millar and Terry Dodson. Right. There was like Aunt May, like formative years as like a slag.
I'm doing it for repurpose purposes, but I'm googling Bikini Aunt May.
It was Trouble, and she was like, it was about how Peter's mother and father met up and stuff like that.
Bikini. Let's see what I can find. What else the chat saying, Rich, while I'm typing away?
The chat are saying bathing suit X-Men gals from RP. The Watchers of Savage Land Rogue is a must. Super Turk says about supermodel Mary Jane in a bikini. Damien says Feu de Lance, who is one of the Super Serpent Society, I think. Virtual Dave says Red She-Hulk. Oh, we have got before, but an activated Betty would be great. Jay's Toy Collection says Savage Land Rogue, unless it's a Bikini Hippo. Maybe that's what we've gone with.
Hippo. Oh, damn, why didn't I think of that, Rich? Damn.
Turkey says Aunt May as Lady Spider. Greg Fensad says She-Hulk with Juggernaut, quite controversially, with bed sheets included, Greg. The Watcher says sexy black cat all day.
There are some
ridiculous
pictures I could show,
with Shanna the She-Devil.
I might get my stream took down.
Don't get demonetized now. Kev says Psylocke in a bikini.
I need to stop looking. Amanda, don't look at my research history, for God's sake. She's going to think I've got some weird old lady fetish. Right, I'm not showing those pictures. I've changed my mind because they're just too much. Don't Google
safe search on.
Yeah, don't Google Bikini Art May. Don't do it. Okay, let's go to the last pick. I think a few people in there got it right. Few people got it right. Okay, so our last pick for our not well-dressed female, Savage Land Rogue. Now, she has been highly discussed, highly sought after, but would Hasbro do it is the conversation. I think we don't need to discuss would people want it. I think people want it, Rich. That's already been answered. But would Hasbro do it? Now, Rogue's got many Marvel Legends. Many Marvel Legends. We spoke about her getting a re-release today. Look, there you go. They're re-releasing her X-Men 97 version today. That is probably everyone's mind's eye. Not everybody's, but the majority of people out there's mind's eye of Rogue is her Jim Lee look. So people may not be familiar with this look. Now, she did go to the Savage Land in the MCU, but in the animated series, but they didn't strip her down this much. Let me see if I can find an image of that, Rich. But Savage Land Rogue, you give us a bit more of a breakdown on how she ended up. Did she get attacked by a wild beast? Or is it just that hot in the Savage Land?
So everyone knows, when you are flying into Savage Land airspace as a lady, then you've got to disrobe down. You can't have clothes in the Savage Land. It is the law. Part of the customs process. You've got to strip off as you're going through Savage Land Airport. No clothes allowed for the ladies. But yeah, so basically, Savage Land, this is like her X-Men costume, tattered and worn because she like crash lands, like thrown into the Savage Land, following, I think it is just after the Outback, so after like the Siege Perilous, like just before the Gold and Blue Strike Force teams like go together, which we've had in those like Uncanny X-Men 375 starts. I think Rogue is even on that cover in this costume, so it's in that area. Like a 270, sorry, actually 270 to 275. Rogue is thrown into the Savage Land. So she's wandering around on her own, finds Magneto, finds the mutates, but this is her costume. It's this tattered X costume. You can see the X on her like chest, but there. And yeah, this is what she's wearing. It's just like a tattered version. She makes the boots herself, so they're all like roped together. She's got a big stick to fight off like any dinosaurs or any like Khazar coming to fight. Like, think mistaken her for Shanna. They both have similar looks, similar bearing midriffs. Yeah, but this is a great look for Rogue. I think is much wanted. I think there was a time that maybe this couldn't be done, but Marvel themselves are debuting a Savage Land Rogue mini-series starting in January, and Diamond Select as well. They've done a Savage Land Rogue statue of this look as well. And I think there's ways you can go about this that can cover it up a bit, but I wouldn't say this is that revealing. I think there's far more revealing ladies on this list. I think they could do this. They've done quite a lot of Rogues as well, but this one would be a great one, and I would buy this.
For the record, right, I'd buy every figure we showed on this list because I'm a Marvel fan.
Even Stacy X?
Yeah, I'm a Marvel fan. I'd be like, who is she? And I'd buy her and then learn about her. Like, I'm just a Marvel fan. I enjoy creating this Marvel universe in plastic. I'm just like, for the sake of this stream, I'm just trying to put myself into a corporate sort of Marvel executive headspace. So when I'm challenging if things will or will not get made, that's not me saying I don't want them. That's just me trying to get my Hasbro hat on. So I've just put the poll up. Start getting involved. Let me throw in the this cover that we've shown. So again, with this cover, we first started getting those free packs, like Rich said, and this year we also got Warlord, granted in the more accurate to the actual comic book pages, silver and black, but we did always get told we should complete this cover in time. Now, the team never just said outright, yes, you're going to get every character on this cover, but since that initial 3 packs were revealed, we have since got a new Lilandra. We have got Warlord. Magneto's in his regular red outfit anyway, which I guess we've had in the X-Men 97 line. So we still need Warbird, which is up top. We've got a
Deathbird. You're like Hasbro called everything Warbird these days.
Sorry, I know that's Deathbird as well. Deathbird. We have got what's his name? Gladiator, but he needs an update. Like a Deathbird and Gladiator 2-pack, I think would be very much welcomed. Or any Gladiator with any of the Imperial Guard, to be fair, would be
or
fine.
Hepzibah,
of course, yeah. Hepzibah. But if we get Hepzibah, it has to be Razor. It has to be the finish off the Starjammers. So who's the female in the top above Magneto? That's not Rogue. That's
Zaladin. Sister of Lorna Dane, Polaris. So she just give herself the codename Zaladin. Because why give yourself a new name when you can just put your names together?
Yeah, makes sense. But there's Rogue. There's Rogue next to Gambit right there. Again, those two just inevitably paired together. But yeah, so Hasbro maybe have already talked about doing a Savage Land Rogue. They're just waiting, like I said, for that opportunity in the year where they can do a character design that can't really be put on shelves. Now, a lot of figures are going online only at the minute with Pulse exclusive. And again, Bug Nice, again, go and watch Bug Nice channel. He keeps teasing, or he's been told that there's going to be some type of Savage Land free pack, and he seems very confident about it. So I'm curious to see where that lands, and is a Shanna the She-Devil in there? Is a Savage Land Rogue in there?
I think it's a sexy lady 3-pack with Shanna, Rogue, and maybe Storm. Storm's got a Savage Land look as well. Yeah.
She also got through the customs and had to rip all her clothes off. Yeah, maybe. I'd take that. I would absolutely take that. So I'm going to say, Rich, last one. What do I think you think? I know you want it, so I know in your mind it's a Boom Boom because you want it.
I got money in the bank.
Hasbro tinted glasses on. Oh, we got super chat. Gives me a second to think about it. Biggest dog ever. Savage Land Rogue is no more revealing than Angela. He's not wrong. Okay, so you've convinced me. I'm going to say Rich has said this is Boom Boom. Yes! We got it right. Okay, yeah, I'm with you. I want this. No reason why we shouldn't get it. I think they can do it. I think they will do it. It's just a matter of time. The chat seems to agree with us as well, as over 50% have also said yes. Over 55% of the people in the chat here live tonight also agree. And again, if you're watching on the replay, because I know not everybody can watch while we're live, I understand time zones and all, do get involved in the chat below and let us know which of these ladies you think are most likely to be made in the Marvel Legends line. Because that is our last one for tonight. That is Savage Land Rogue. Quick recap as I scroll back through. So we got Savage Land Rogue. We've got Jennifer Kale, Black Mamba from the Serpent Society. I'm going to Stacy X. Am I saying her name wrong again?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, Stacy X. Calypso, Shanna the She-Devil, Gamora, Boob Window Sue. That's her official Hasbro, official Marvel name, sorry. Find that in the Marvel Encyclopedia under B's. The new X-Men, Emma Frost, and the Goblin Queen. So there's 10 figures there, Rich, that could potentially happen. Let's put four characters now. So moving away from our game for a second, let's just put 4 of those female characters into the poll and see which one people would want the most.
I would say we've got Savage Land Rogue.
Okay.
Shanna.
Ooh, the 2 Savage Land girlies going at it. Technically, Shanna should win that. There's no point having a Savage Land display if you haven't got Shanna in there. So, but I like it. We'll put them together.
Goblin Queen, I think, needs to be in there.
Yeah, Goblin Queen.
And then I think we should put Black Mamba in there as a wild card. Or Damien will send me messages. Put Black Mamba in for Damien.
We don't want that. We definitely do not want that. All right. Who do you want the most for your comic displays? Okay, let's do that. Right, Goblin Queen, Black Mamba, Shanna the She. Who do you think the community here watching us live tonight are gonna vote for? I reckon it's gonna be one of the Savage Land ladies. Oh, actually, Goblin Queen is very much desired. Yeah. But we've got a substitute. Granted, not ideal, but I do think those X-Men 97 figures can be fudged into a comic display. Again, it's your display. You create your own rules. There's no right or wrong answer. But it definitely can be done. So I think some people... Like, if I could only get one of these characters right now, I think I'm going to say Shanna, because I've got a Goblin Queen in my display already. Granted, not the design I want, but I have the character represented in my display in some form where I don't have Shanna to complete that nice Savage Land trio with the new Zabu and Kazar. So I'd pick Shanna. What about you?
I think I'm gonna go with Savage Land Rogue.
Okay.
Like, because I think like we've got a Goblin Queen, we've got a Shanna the She-Devil. I would love Black Mamba, but I just think like of all of them, like Savage Land Rogue would fit into like we've had so many looks of Rogue, and I just think it's one, especially with the miniseries coming out this year. Why not do it to tie with that? Marvel like tying in with things that are happening. So if Savage Land Rogue is coming, Rogue's gonna be an X-Men 97 again. Like Lenore Zan was just nominated for an Emmy. So yeah, there's loads of different things that we could do. So yeah, Savage Land Rogue for me. Savage Land Rogue I'm going with.
Okay.
And she's behind me as well, so she might kill me.
That's
she might
true.
absorb
She's
my
staring
knowledge,
at you.
Dan.
I can see her burning a hole in the back of your head. The Watcher says, Dan, I want all 4 made. The Watcher, by the way, I'm with you. I as I said, that whole list... I know I've been all the boomer today, but that's only because I was trying to think like Hasbro. It's not how I think. I actually want them all. I would like them all to be made, but I understand there's a lot more logistics behind the scenes that we are not savvy to that stop sometimes these characters being made in their accurate costume designs. Again, this isn't a stream of me and Rich being pervs. This is all talking about comic accurate costume designs. We didn't draw these people. We didn't design these people. This is how they were presented to us in the medium of the comic book page. So, yeah, we just like that in our collection, please, in plastic. So there you go. That's our list today. So I'm letting the votes go for a little bit, but so far, 36% say Goblin Queen. I think that is the most desired from the community. I think it's probably going to end that. Let's get to 50 votes. If you haven't voted, get involved. And let's get to 50 votes. But it does seem like comic book Goblin Queen, there she is right there on screen, is the most desired scandalously clad dress female you currently want in Marvel Legends form. And by the way, we say that ironically. We don't think these are undoable or offensive by any means. But again, you never know. There's going to be some Karen walking up the toy aisle saying that she doesn't want her son seeing these. It's just the way it is. Doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just how it is these days. I
hope she bought all the Wicked dolls for her daughter. She's gonna have fun on Christmas Day when she goes on that website.
There's definitely a Karen parent that went out and brought all the dolls to try and be like, think of the kids. What? When did you like when I brought toys as a kid? I never really took notice of the websites on the back. Did you? What kid is getting that doll and then going on the website anyway?
I don't think they had websites when we were kids, Dad. I think.
Look, my Independence Day my Independence Day figures came with a floppy disk. I used to use them.
Didn't the X-Men Evolution figures come with like a CD-ROM? Something came with a CD-ROM as well. I know
my Independence Day figures had a floppy disk. What other toy line came with an accompanying floppy disk? But no other. You're not young, Dan. I know I'm not young. I told you I'm old. When did I say I was young? Everyone's confusing me today. Am I young? Am I old? I don't know. You decide. I was born in 88. You decide yourself. Born in the 80s. It was Oracle or CFAX, Dan. I know what CFAX is. Don't know what Oracle is. Internet wasn't a thing when I was a kid. Yeah, other people think the same. Right, I'm going to end the poll. 50 votes in. It is Goblin Queen. There you go. That's what the community want. If you're watching Hasbro, if you're lingering in the background, then just make it happen. This is something they already know anyway. Since this first got sort of shown to us at the Engine of Vengeance. And again, I don't think what they showed us is that bad. I know it doesn't have the underboob. Would I prefer it of the underboob? Yes, of course. Amanda's going to be thinking, but Amanda's in the room next to me, by the way. I've got headphones on. She's just going to be thinking, why is he saying boob so much? Boob, boob, boob. She's definitely going to ask when I finish the stream, what the hell were you talking about? And she's going, you did a whole stream on that? And I'll be like, yes, we did.
Ask Amanda to just say what does she think an under what a boob window is as well. Ask her what a boob window is.
Well, I'm just if Hasbro released that version of Madeline Pryor with another interchangeable head with maybe a different expression without the whited out eyes, she had all the double jointed articulation, etc. I wouldn't mind if that was genuinely the only way they could get a Goblin Queen out is by covering the underboob. I'd be like, okay, fine. I'd rather have that than nothing.
If that happens, I'd be going into Forbidden Planet with little triangles and sticking them on the packaging for people. That's what I'll be doing.
People customized the animated one, didn't they? They painted the legs, so the thigh highs, because the sculpted lines were on there. I believe. So yeah, it's doable. It's doable. Anyway, good times had by all, but not enough good times were had for 5 super chats. So the after show is going to be a secret private show now, where we're going to showing all the bunda boob, and you're going to miss out on it, and it's all your own fault. You only got yourselves to blame. Look, there's my goal, Rich. Only two out of 5. So
I don't think you're counting it, because I think you had 5 super chats.
It's got to be over $1.99, and a lot of people.
That's what you didn't. That's what you didn't say. See.
So yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, no public after show tonight. Where me and Rich were saving all the really perverted photos for that as well. So you're gonna miss out now. That's your own fault, chat. It's your own fault. But I do appreciate you all the same. As always, if you do want to be on the after show, then we're gonna be, if you couldn't tell, on the after show, we're gonna be asking you which of these characters we suggested today would you most want in the Marvel Legends line. And if you do have a female that you can think of, you can bring them to the conversation as well, and we will have a little discussion on the after show for that. So if you are a channel member at the Who Crew Deluxe tier, then you can get on the show right now. Literally, me and Rich are gonna stay in these same seats. We're just going to move over to the different stream and continue the conversation with some of you guys. So if you are part of the Who Crew Deluxe tier, you can watch or participate. It is there for you guys as a bonus. You know I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Rich, we will be back next week. Same time, same place. Still November next week, right? Yeah, it's still the 21st.
Still okay. November, yeah.
Still November. I just need to know when it's December so I can put a little Christmas hat on my logo, that's all. Just so people know it's Christmas, of course. So yes, tell the good people where they can find you online. And thank you very much for today's stream, Rich. Always fun when you put this stuff together. Boom, boom, or bust. I liked it.
So, and let us know if you want Boom Boom or Bust to come back. Maybe we can do different themes, like Boom Boom or Bust for the over 60s. There's lots of different ways we can go with this.
I did Google Aunt May in a bikini, by the way. I did do it.
But you can always find me at Displayed Once, and yeah, enjoyed talking about a lot of boob windows. Don't get much of a chance usually, Dan, so it's nice to talk about boobs for a change.
Leo in the chat says, Yelp, being a gay man, I don't think this one is for me. Look, this stream is for everybody. This stream is from everybody. You can still appreciate the costume designs and the accuracy comparison to the comic book page. Wouldn't you agree, Rich?
I don't know. I don't think the gays should watch this one. I just don't think the gays would like it, would they?
Rich is a very straight guy. So
I'm the straightest guy you know.
Rich is like just so straight. He's just like, I couldn't have done a stream. I couldn't have done this stream with anyone but Rich, because I knew he could handle it because he's such a straight man. But yes,
my wife and kids are waiting for me downstairs now. Can't be long, Dad.
Look, we're for everybody. Everybody is welcome here. That's all I'm saying. Just wanted to put that out there. Right, we're off to the after show. Hit me up with those
Except
DMs.
Adnugler.
Except Adnugler. He's down the well. We're sending our love. That he's not been on the stream for so long. No one even knows what that's in reference to anymore. Shout out Ralph down in Mexico. Right, we're going off to the after show. We'll see you on the after show if you're coming. If not, we'll see you next week on Thursday. Always a good time. Bye-bye. I've got a end button. Where is it? Bye-bye. There we go. Click that video. I think that one will be my Secret Wars video this week, and then I'll put something different over there. But watch my Secret Wars video. Thank you very much to Rich for sending me Wolverine so I could at least participate with the Secret Wars reviews, because the UK are slow and useless. Damn Canada. Genuinely Canada's fault.